got it, Matt.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. Hope you all had a good weekend. Watched a little football yesterday.
Yes, watched a lot of football.
A couple of good games.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody picked those two teams to necessarily be going to the Super Bowl this year, but Cincinnati and L.A.
Yeah, it makes it kind of exciting, doesn't it?
It really does. All right, let's take a look at what's happening today. 2 years has flown by and seemingly dragged on at the same time. This week, we're looking at COVID's first appearance in Wisconsin, how far we've come, and what still lies ahead.
A driver could face a number of felonies after a hit-and-run crash in Madison over the weekend. We'll share more on that and the person he hit.
And the huge effort to welcome Afghan refugees to Wisconsin meant some unused goods, but people in Madison found today those goods won't be going to waste. Let's take a look outside. Not a bad day at all today.
No, it felt nice and mild. It's going to get even warmer tomorrow. It's nice that the sidewalks are clear. You can take a walk.
Absolutely. And the big storm is staying south of us, but it's awfully close, Dana.
It really is close. This is a system that is going to impact a lot of folks. It's just a couple hundred miles south of us for the heaviest band. Looking at our Doppler track right now, of course, Wisconsin's nice and quiet, but this same image, including what will be quite a winter system for Wednesday and into Thursday. Notice winter storm warnings extending all the way central Illinois into northern Indiana and southern Michigan. It's going to be a big weather maker. Again, really staying to the south. Could bring some flurries to southern Wisconsin, but we're missing out on a big one right now. Looking over Madison, a very cloudy sky overhead. Temperature-wise, we're close to 30 with a strong breeze coming in from the south, so that is giving us a bit of a wind chill. Feels like we're in the upper teens right now. In general, though, temperatures a smidge warmer than where we were at this time yesterday. Wind chills across the board, though, feels like we're in the teens due to that higher wind speed. Since it is coming from the south and the cloudy sky overhead, don't plan on temperatures dropping too much for us overnight, and it is going to be even milder outside for tomorrow. We'll look at that 10-day, though, in just a second. As far as traffic is concerned, some good news. East and westbound along the Beltline, all nice and clear, and downtown Madison actually looks pretty good for us at this hour. As Susan mentioned, most of the sidewalks clear at this point, and the milder temperatures helping to get things all cleared off the roads right now. We shouldn't have any slick spots for this evening. And downtown Janesville looks pretty good for us as well. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie, about 17 minutes for us. We'll take a closer look at that storm that's really pulling to the south in just a few.
And don't get too used to this warmth.
No, it is a quick one again.
All right, Dan, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. Well, 2 years ago today, Wisconsin had its first case of COVID-19, but we didn't know it at the time.
It took until February 5th for doctors to confirm the case, which happened in Dane County. We've learned a lot in those 2 years, and the fight against the virus continues. Our Brady Mallory joins us with a look back and what health leaders are saying as we move forward. Brady?
Well, when UW Health confirmed that first case of COVID, it was just the 12th confirmed case in the country at the time. The test was taken on January 31st. And the story of COVID in 2021 was vaccines. Eligibility expanded beyond the original universe of healthcare workers and the nation's most vulnerable people to eventually include everyone 5 years and up. And that gave a lot of people hope. Even though we've seen a spike in Omicron cases lately, Dr. Jeff Pothoff says we know so much more than we did 2 years ago when it comes to navigating this virus.
That leaves me hopeful for a future where COVID-19 will probably never go away, but one that we'll be able to manage with, probably annual vaccinations that protect against the most common variants. A day where we won't have to wear masks to prevent spread, a day where we won't have to avoid going to restaurants or out to, events.
Dane County Executive Joe Parisi says the last 2 years have been challenging in a lot of different ways.
A huge physical and emotional and psychological strain on everyone, certainly not just on county government, but across the community. And so, dealing with everything we've had to deal with, trying to keep people on the same page, realizing how personal this has been for everyone. And
to date, DHS says more than 1.3 million cases have been confirmed in Wisconsin, and more than 11,000 people have died. Well, health leaders are still pushing for people to get vaccinated. More than 3.6 Wisconsinites have received at least one dose of a vaccine, and more than 3.4 million have completed a vaccine series.
All right, Brady, thank you. And governors from states across the country convened at the White House today, telling the president they're eager to move past the COVID crisis management stage.
This comes as case counts drop nationwide, but deaths are still rising. Danya Backus reports.
Your voice has been important.
Governors from more than half the states in the country met with President Biden at the White House Monday. Chair of the National Governors Association, Asa Hutchison, said state leaders want to move away from the pandemic.
We asked the president to help give us clear guidelines on how we can return to a greater state of normality.
A lot of good discussion about what does the road from pandemic to endemic look like and how do we keep score.
Nationwide, the number of daily COVID cases is on the decline, down by more than half since the peak of the Omicron surge. But some states are still seeing increases.
Right now, we still need to keep our heads down and stay at it to fight what is still, surging in parts of the country. But we do have the tools to get to a point where it does not disrupt our daily lives.
Health experts say the country should be in a much better place come spring.
I think toward the end of February and March, we'll have significantly lower numbers of cases in this country. And then hopefully in March, we could start to vaccinate the under 5 and our shoulders come down.
Novavax has applied for emergency use authorization of its COVID-19 vaccine in the U.S. And Moderna announced Monday that federal health regulators gave full approval to its 2-dose shot. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
With just 4 days to go now before the start of the Winter Olympics kickoff in Beijing, China, that city is reporting a spike in COVID cases. Athletes are in a race to stay clear of COVID, with dozens of cases reported in the tightly controlled Olympic bubble designed to keep competitors safe. Massachusetts native Chris Madzer, who won Team USA's first ever Olympic medal in singles luge in 2018, hopes that COVID won't destroy his dreams of gold this time around.
It would be a tragedy. And so that's always kind of on your mind, and it is stressful.
Some 3,000 athletes from across the world will take part in the Winter Games. They'll have to wear masks and be tested daily for the virus. Beijing has reported its highest number of COVID cases in 18 months, less than a week before the Games begin. After 20 more cases hit the capital, officials locked down neighborhoods and tested residents.
In other news, a man who allegedly fled the scene of a crash and armed himself before a standoff with Madison police this weekend now faces multiple charges. Police said the 27-year-old was involved in a crash on Milwaukee Street at Stoughton Road. A 65-year-old woman involved in the crash is in critical condition. The suspect allegedly ran from the scene to a home on Belmont Road. Police say that he armed himself with a golf club and a knife and made threats to police before he was arrested after a standoff. He faces multiple charges, including OWI, causing bodily harm, hit and run, burglary, disorderly conduct while armed, and criminal damage to property.
The Beloit Police Department gave more details today on the victim of a fatal stabbing over the weekend. Police say a 42-year-old Janesville woman was found dead with stab wounds Saturday morning near Howes Drive and Clary Street. Her death was ruled a homicide. The department is withholding the victim's name at this time. The incident is one of 3 homicides that happened in Beloit last week.
Fort McCoy is showing that nothing is going to waste from the huge outpouring of support for Afghan refugees. Lieutenant Mackenzie Hannon, who is in charge of the refugee site at Fort McCoy, reached out to the Village Diaper Bank in Madison looking for a partner to help distribute 100,000 diapers and wipes. That's when American Family Insurance stepped in, sending an employee driver with a box truck to pick up the 15 pallets of diapers and deliver them back to Madison. They arrived this afternoon.
On a month-to-month basis, we're only able to really order enough product to service us for that particular month. So this is huge for us to have some backup supplies.
Village Diaper Bank estimates the diapers and wipes are worth over $25,000. All of these diapers will be distributed in the community to families in need.
Second Harvest Food Bank of Southern Wisconsin announced a new round of grants today. The organization will be providing up to $200,000 to area groups and organizations. The goal is to increase food equity across Madison and build strategies for distributing food to make sure that everyone has access to nutritious and culturally significant food across the city.
These funds were made available through our budget process. Our board supported this and approved us to put these funds aside from our own savings.
Grant request submissions start at a minimum of $2,500 to a maximum of $75,000. Grant applications will be accepted for another 6 weeks. For more information about the grants, visit secondharvestmadison.org/grant.
Well, a sea of lanterns has turned a city in southwest China into a fairy tale world to welcome in the Lunar New Year. As a time-honored tradition, a lantern festival is held in the city every year to usher in the new year. It's a time when streets become a sea of lanterns, which are mostly red in color. That's a color representing good luck for the new year in Chinese culture. Particularly eye-catching at this year's Lantern Festival are two giant tiger-shaped lights at the entrance to the fair, which are among the most important exhibits, as the Lunar New Year is the year of the tiger on China's lunar calendar. So that means this is New Year's Eve in parts of the world.
That's right. So then you kind of get a do-over if the year isn't going so well for you so far. A second chance if your New Year's resolutions didn't take hold. We'll get some advice on giving those promises a second chance when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community, independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
Dry eye symptoms driving you crazy? Inflammation might be to blame.
Time for ache and burn.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those will probably pass by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid eye drop specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts. Talk to an eye doctor about Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Hello, I'm Gary Canoldi, inviting News 3 Now viewers to join me on an Alaska and Glacier Bay cruise August 9th through the 21st. We'll discover the cities of Anchorage and Fairbanks and enjoy a guided tour in Denali National Park. We'll also relax on a wonderful 4-night Holiday America Line cruise, including Glacier Bay National Park. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, to learn more about this tour and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Dirt's gonna fly at the Alliant Energy Center. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th and 5th at 7:30 and the 6th at 2 p.m. Top monster trucks including Raminator, War Wizard, and Crazy Train, along with the insane action of freestyle motocross. Every ticket includes a pit pass for the pit party with drivers and riders, plus go for a ride in a monster truck. Get tickets and details at monstersofdestruction.com. Get revved up. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Expectations from previous generations, the burden of disappointing our children and making ends meet can affect your relationships and at times seem overwhelming.
But it doesn't have to be. It takes courage and strength to ask for help.
Your family and community want to support you, but you need to tell them how you are feeling. You're not alone.
You are important to so many people. You just need to realize it. Find a reason to stay alive.
Get help.
You can do it.
No matter what you do,
who you are, or how much money you earn. When it comes to doing taxes, don't go it alone. Jackson Hewitt Tax Pros will make certain you don't miss out on a single deduction. Get the biggest refund you deserve at Jackson Hewitt.
Welcome back. Both Spotify and the star of its #1 podcast are speaking out regarding the controversy over COVID-19 misinformation on the platform.
Podcaster Joe Rogan says he agrees with Spotify's decision to add content advisories before any podcast that discusses COVID-19 and vaccines. The advisories come after rock legend Neil Young asked the platform to remove his music when Spotify declined to get rid of episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience, which have been criticized for spreading virus misinformation. Artists, including Joni Mitchell and Niels Lofgren, followed suit.
It's not about any censorship. We're all for free speech. We just don't want to be associated with misinformation and lies that are killing Americans.
The musicians took a stand after public health experts called out Spotify for allowing Rogan to spread what they called false and harmful assertions, particularly in conversations with 2 controversial doctors. Rogan thanked the company for its support and said he is open to making changes, including having guests on both sides of an issue. Domino's Pizza is flipping the usual tipping etiquette in a push to get more customers to choose carryout.
Yeah, the pizza chain says it'll tip customers $3 if they choose carryout on online orders. The so-called tip will appear as a credit that Domino's says can be used on a future online carryout order. The new policy began today and continues through May 22nd. Domino's is facing a shortage of workers ahead of Super Bowl Sunday, which is February 13th. It's one of the company's biggest pizza sales days. Where is Elon Musk's private jet?
Well, you can turn to Twitter and find out. Musk isn't happy about that, and he wants it to stop. It's because of a 19-year-old University of Central Florida freshman named Jack Sweeney. He uses public data from the FAA to track the plane and then tweets out its location. Sweeney shared some direct messages where Musk asked him to stop. Musk offers him $5,000 to remove the account. Sweeney countered with $50,000 to help pay for school and a car. After that, it seems Musk gave up and told him to accept Bitcoin payments that others have offered him to keep the account open. It has more than 90,000 followers.
Well, stocks soared on Wall Street to close out the month. The Dow Industrials gained 406 points, closing at 35,131. The NASDAQ gained 469 points, or almost 3.5%. The S&P 500 tacked on 83 points, but logged its worst month since March of 2020. Well, if 2022 didn't start out as planned, or if those resolutions hit a snag, let's make it New Year's Eve tonight and start 2022 again.
Why don't we, shall we? The world is ushering in the Chinese Lunar New Year tomorrow and the Year of the Tiger.
Our happiness expert, UW-Madison professor Dr. Christine Whelan joins us. Welcome back, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
Happy New Year.
Hi there. Happy New Year 2.0.
So this is at the time of year, by the end of January, where most of the resolutions have fallen by the wayside. Is that?
It is true. It really is. So by the end of January, you know, all of those ideas that we had at the end of last year that this year was going to be different, sometimes they really do hit a snag, and we can feel like it's all hopeless and we want to give up. But last year, I actually did the same thing. I personally celebrated New Year's 2.0 at the end of January and had a really wonderful restart to the year. And so I wanted to bring that to everybody right now. So whether you celebrate Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year, or whether you celebrated a month ago, if things didn't go as planned in the month of January, let's try it again.
Why not?
Why not? Who doesn't love a do-over? I know you always like to come up with a word for the year. Have you picked a word for 2022?
So last year, the word of the year really was languishing, right? You know, it was a very tough year for so many of us and so many reasons. And so I very much hoped that thriving was going to be the word for 2022. And it still might be. The year is young. But for me right now, I'm potentially switching to the idea of resilience. Because what resilience means is that when times are tough, we have the strength, we learn the lessons that that we need to learn to carry on and continue, and to actually even continue with more strength and more well-being because of the difficulties that we've had. So I'm hoping now that 2022 will be a year of resilience for us all.
Is there a difference between optimism and hope?
Yeah. So this is the thing. When we think about the year ahead, sometimes we say, oh, I hope everything is going to go well. Well, hope is just a belief, right? So hope is a belief that things are going to, see, now I've gotten myself all confused. Optimism is this idea, is the belief that things are going to just turn out all right. Hope is the idea that you're going to take action and make it happen. Right? So this idea, I hope it goes well. Yes, we hope it goes well, but hope has an action element to it. Hope has an element of resilience. If I'm optimistic, it might just mean, well, I'm sure it'll all be great. And I just believe it will all be great. But as we look toward the year of the tiger, a very strong animal, I think really we're about hope and action and resilience, not just a sort of throwaway line that, maybe it'll be good.
Well, it's one thing to talk about these things. It's another thing to kind of work them out on paper. And you have some great resources on your website where people can actually do worksheets that can help them figure out what their goals and dreams are. And if it's New Year's Eve, we might as well start all over. Tell people where they can find those things.
Absolutely. So on ChristineWhelan.com, you can download free purpose statements, and you can download them as daily purpose statements or even one for the year ahead. So really asking what matters most to you and why does it matter? What are your strengths and your values? And that can help you have that energy to continue on, right? Because when we want to take action, it can be difficult at times. And I think now we're really being called to be resilient. That is a community thing as well. So my hope for everybody who may have had a little bit of a rocky start to 2022 is that we can sort of, pick ourselves up, be resilient, and start all over again.
A good word.
New Year's 2.0. I like that. Christine, thanks for being with us. Great advice as always.
Great to see you, Christine.
Good to see you too.
Well, does it seem like Madison lakes are freezing over later and later each year?
Meteorologist Dana Fulton looks into this as the world's climate is changing. That's coming up right after her forecast when Live at 4 continues.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval with the Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on treatment of knee arthritis and custom knee replacements.
Shop Menard's full selection of over 7,000 interior lights. Find your style with Patriot Lighting's great selection of unique styles and finishes, like the Renly Collection with smoked crackle glass and a trendy black finish. If vintage industrial is more your style, the Samuel Lighting Collection comes in a bold bronze finish with clear glass shades that show off the vintage style bulbs. Just $149.99 for the 5-light Samuel chandelier now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy, been treating my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee.
Well, take a look at this. A Florida resident woke to find her yard littered with frozen iguanas. As unusual cold temperatures swept across South Florida, it was 25 degrees overnight in Hollywood, Florida. The National Weather Service in Miami sent out a warning to the public that immobilized iguanas could fall out of trees. Some weigh up to 20 pounds, so they could actually injure somebody. The reptiles return to normal once they warm up. Iguana warning from the National Weather Service.
It happens every year at this time.
Yep, without fail. Interesting. 25 is kind of chilly for South Florida, Dana.
It is a little cold. Thankfully, we don't have any iguanas up here. There's a reason they're not native to Wisconsin.
They could break a windshield, I was told.
Heavy, and flunk, plunk.
But they warm up and walk away.
They do. They thaw out a little bit. I think we're kind of thawing out today, guys, with the more comfortable temperatures. Tomorrow, also nice and comfortable, but it's another short little warm up before things get cold by the end of the week. We'll take a closer look at your full 10-day right after the break.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists and has helped over 1 million people. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Who's on it with Jardiance?
We're 25 million prescriptions strong.
We're managing type 2 diabetes and heart risk.
We're working up a sweat before coffee and saying no thanks to a Boston cream.
Jardiance is a once-daily pill that can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease. So it could help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And Jardiance lowers A1C.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with the sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
We're on it.
We're on it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
Have you seen those small
careful with
Sorry, Missy.
Excuse me, could we...
Excuse me, I was wondering, could we... Bedroom.
Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Who wants some dress shirts?
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. Meet new friends or reconnect with some old ones and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Step into the new with a new Chevy. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy vehicles. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $750 bonus cash. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, we could have have seen a little bit of winter weather over the next few days if this line of snow would have shifted a little further to the north. Right now, it's really pulling to the south, and because of this, areas stretching south of Chicago, central Illinois, into northwestern Indiana and southern Michigan, expecting quite a winter storm over the next few days. In fact, winter storm warnings in effect right now for that area, and around it, winter storm watches from southern Illinois all the way through parts of Kansas. So this system right now rotating off to the northwestern portion of the plains swoops down, gathers a little bit of steam, and starts off as a rain event late Tuesday evening. Notice again for southern Wisconsin, we're cloudy outside and possibly seeing some flurries, but much of that moisture really staying to the south. This transitions over to light snowfall Tuesday night, so it is going to be a very messy situation with that freezing line crossing right north of St. Louis through Springfield and again up just south of Chicago. This continues all day Wednesday night into early Thursday morning before finally pulling off to the east. Again, it's spreading across much of the central portion of the country, bringing significant snowfall stretching all the way from St. Louis to just south of Chicago. The main bullseye here, it's not just one targeted area going through central Missouri, through Illinois, through Indiana, Ohio, up into Michigan, and then stretching even further off to the east. So this is a large system bringing a lot of precipitation with it, and southern Wisconsin is just missing out on the heavier stuff coming through. In fact, we're going to experience a bit of a warm-up tomorrow in front of this line building in. A breeze coming in from the south. That means temperatures overnight will rise into the 30s by daybreak tomorrow. Mostly cloudy sky throughout the day with high temperatures near 40 for Tuesday afternoon. By Wednesday, our breeze comes in from the northwest, so not quite as warm outside. In fact, we'll fall back to a cooler trend for the back half of the work week. Wednesday morning temperatures will be near 10, afternoon high temperatures in the mid to low teens for us. Overall, the warm trend for tomorrow, it's really short-lived. The rest of the forecast looks quite cold. A dry trend for us expected into early next week, and then that cold air again building back in for us for the end of the week. 40 the high for tomorrow. Good hiking weather for the pups. A variably cloudy sky, a bit breezy outside, and certainly milder. So that snowpack, you might see a little more melting. You might hear the gutters dripping a little bit tomorrow. For Wednesday, we have that cloudy sky holding on. Again, temperatures in the teens for us. We'll stay in the teens for Thursday and Friday behind that cooler air. We'll see breezy conditions all the way through the back half of the week. Temperatures in the 20s for the weekend. My Groundhog moseyed over. He's actually supposed to be on Tuesday. Tomorrow's Groundhog Day. Heading into the back half of the work week, temperatures again trending back up to 20 by the weekend, and by next week we'll be close to freezing in the low 30s with overnight lows in the teens, but generally a dry trend expected for most of the 10-day. Now, we've had some really cold temperatures over the last few weeks. In fact, here in Madison, it's been a couple of weeks now with freezing temperatures. So when we're talking about this cold weather, sometimes global warming isn't exactly top of mind. But the fact is, scientists are already seeing changes right now, even in these cold winter months, that can indicate some shifts in our patterns. Now, I dug in a little bit on this last week and found out some more about this change in our temperatures, how it's just the tip of the iceberg. A 4-degree warm-up might sound nice if you're sitting out on the ice, but for scientists, it's not comforting at all.
We have had an increase in the temperatures, both the high and the daily high temperatures and the daily low temperatures. So that's a problem.
Ed Hopkins is Wisconsin's assistant state climatologist. For the last 20 years, he's helped track the ice on and ice off dates for Lake Mendota, a record more than 160 years old.
We are purposely trying to maintain this record that is one of the longest lake ice records anywhere in North America.
When he looks back through the data,
you know, hindsight is 20/20.
A troubling trend appears.
The time of freeze date is getting later. And the interesting thing is that the nighttime temperatures, especially in winter, are becoming higher more rapidly than the daytime temperatures.
The average freeze date in 2022 for Lake Mendota is about 5 days later than it was in 1971. The average ice cover duration down almost 24 days.
and the average winter temperature now 4 degrees warmer. While this may sound like just a crack in the ice, it's actually a crack in the entire lake's structure.
And anytime you take any part of the circle out of the ecosystem, it will affect the whole ecosystem.
The cold weather is like a reset button for our lakes. It allows certain plants and fish to die off or go dormant. Without it, some plants can grow for too long, blocking out other plants, certain fish, and bringing too much nutrients to the water. It throws off the entire cycle.
Outside of all the problems that causes for the ecosystem, this is a big moneymaker for our area. Maybe you're not into ice boating, maybe you don't own one, but it draws people to the lake.
With a city built entirely around lakes, any small change in the water cycle could ripple through the economy. Ripples felt even when the water is frozen.
Those numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie. That's the thing. We could all have opinions, but when it comes to data is hard. It's facts. And the trend right now is indicating towards those changes for us. And when we're below zero, I know it's hard for folks to try to think about an idea of a climate warming up. But we've lost almost a whole month of ice on our lakes over the last 50 years now.
There's a big difference between weather and climate.
There's a big difference, absolutely. Our short-term forecast is always, again, a small nugget, a big difference between what we're looking at with that long-term climate picture.
Interesting report. Thanks, Dana.
Good job, Dana. Thank you.
Well, coming up next year on Live at 4, seniors have become social media stars. We'll tell you about grandfluencers.
And then coming up next hour at 5, for 7 weeks, about 1,000 hourly workers in the Madison School District haven't been able to get their overtime pay. Today, the district tells us that will change, and our Naomi Coles will tell us more at 5.
Heating and cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside, but if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on inside. It's true. With diabetic retinopathy, excess sugar can damage blood vessels, causing vision loss or even blindness. So remember this, now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is important to your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments from a retina specialist that may help protect against vision loss. Visit nowic.com and take charge of your sight.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
Join Planet Fitness today for zero enrollment. Zero. Like a bagel. And it's only $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Bagels are awesome.
Enjoy tons of equipment for zero enrollment.
Zero enrollment?
And $10 a month.
That makes me so happy.
You know what else will make you happy? Blowing off steam in our judgment-free zone. But the part that'll really get you going is that post-workout high. Look at that glow.
Oh, it's all natural.
It's this place, I tell you. Feel Fit-tacular in 2022 for zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 2nd.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Tonight at 5, it's been 2 years since the first confirmed COVID case in Wisconsin. We speak to medical leaders to see how they think we've done battling this deadly disease.
Tomorrow will be a breezy and mild day as a major winter storm takes aim at Illinois and Indiana for Wednesday and Thursday. That will lead to a big drop in temperatures here. I'll tell you how cold it'll get at 5.
And ahead at 6, nearly 1,000 Madison School District employees have gone a whole year working overtime and not getting paid for it. We find out why and what they're doing about it. That's coming up tonight at 6.
Dana's back with a weather update.
So we're going to have to address something here. I know. When I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, you guys quickly email and call in. Groundhog's Day is Wednesday. I inaccurately said that the groundhog was not in the right location. He is in the right location. It is Wednesday. And I am so proud of the dozens of you who are well aware of when Groundhog's Day is. So again, Wednesday is Groundhog's Day. And then it gets a little colder as we look ahead to the weekend. I'll be back with traffic in a bit, guys.
Yeah, it's neither weather nor climate. It's a rodent.
It's a rodent.
All right. Thanks for the correction.
I'll go answer those.
It's Groundhog Day.
Thank you, Dana.
Well, seniors are becoming powerful content creators and influencers, affectionately called grandfluencers.
Jamie Yuccas met several of these tech-savvy super-agers who are spreading positivity, smashing stereotypes, and making money as social media sensations.
Fashion may come and go, but style is forever. And 68-year-old Lynn Slater is slaying it as an influencer.
A journalist asked me once, what do you think about age and getting older? I said, just look at my photos. I'm performing it.
Wow, you can really dance.
Their moves might be a little slower, but the old gays, yes, that's their handle, are conquering TikTok with more than 5.5 million followers. And Lonnie Pike is keeping it real. She goes by gray hair and tattoos. They're all part of a growing group of seniors inspiring and enlightening their much younger fans.
So I was conveying this attitude. Look at how cool I am, and I have gray hair and wrinkles, and I'm not going to let anybody make me be invisible.
Now, this former social justice professor is using fashion to fight stereotypes about aging.
For me, if I don't keep growing, that's when I'm going to wither up.
People are really craving authenticity. So people of all ages are really looking for real people that they can connect with online.
Marketing strategist Rahel Marcy Hazen has helped companies connect with grandfluencers, presenting growth opportunities for both the seniors and established brands looking to expand their markets. And that can be an economic boon for seniors.
Really? Senior influencers can make anywhere between $50 to tens of thousands of dollars for just one social media post.
I probably worked about 8 hours. And I made my yearly salary as a professor.
I am safe. I am free.
Lonnie Pike's confidence has earned her close to 1 million followers on TikTok.
I am 57 years old, and I still get told that I'm going to regret my tattoos. I mean, come on. I have a lot of young moms reaching out to me. They're like, I no longer fear growing old. Life is too short to not be the best us we can be.
Yeah! Because we are in control of our own happiness. The fearsome foursome, who call themselves the old gays, have been friends for years.
We're proud to be old gays. We all have fun, and it's just turned out to be just an absolutely wonderful foursome.
It was harder being young because you're worried about what people think of you. And at 68, I say, this is it, baby. Just be yourself.
And we're in sync. Ranging in age from 65 to 78, they've racked up some 750 million views.
Feel that love waiting. Yeah, feel it. It just feels yummy.
The kids say, I want these guys to be my grandpas. They have a great deal of respect for us, and that's just absolutely heartwarming to me.
For them, the term influencer runs deeper than their social media stats. Two survived the AIDS crisis in the 80s and are living with HIV.
I lost 80% of my friends in San Francisco, and this pandemic right now reminds me tremendously of what was happening when my friends were dropping dead right and left.
What lessons do you hope people take away from watching your videos?
Find your purpose. Hope.
And with all due respect to gray hair and wrinkles, maybe the most youthful experience is just to be yourself.
I like to quote David Bowie because he says aging is when you become the person that you always should have been.
Jamie Yuccas, Los Angeles.
Oh, I love that.
It's very inspiring.
It really is. Got to get busy. All right, a very quiet weekend at the nation's box offices.
Our Will Loper has the numbers and suggestions on shows to watch. We'll have that when Live at 4 continues.
There's a difference in a small town where family values still hold true. Welcome to the Portage Furniture Store. Well, we ventured back to Portage and look at who we found, the two Ayers brothers, Austin and Aaron. It's good to see you guys.
Welcome back.
So how is business? How is life?
Business has been great. You know, it's been very busy, busy for both of us. A couple new kiddos in the past year. So no, but business has been doing great.
I know you really want to give a shout out to all of the people around this area that shop local, that choose to come right here to Cook Street to see the two of you.
Obviously, first and foremost, we're so appreciative of our customers, and there's just been such a strong sentiment to shop local, shop small, support family business. And you know, I guess with the inventory, we've been very blessed. We've got a packed showroom, trucks coming in every week. We've really, we're running out of places to put everything. We're in good shape.
I feel like there's such a difference in the customer's mood when they walk in. They don't have that anxious feeling of, oh gosh, here comes the salesperson coming over to talk to me. Why is that so different here?
We put a major emphasis on no pressure shopping. Our salespeople, they're fantastic. They're gonna be there when you need them, but they're gonna let you, try everything out, and they're gonna leave you alone, let you relax.
So all these years later, the big question is, there's still the Portage Furniture free delivery?
Yep, absolutely. Still the free delivery. Gonna bring it right into your home, set it up, make it perfect for you. They'll even cook you dinner or sing a song for you if you need. They're just fantastic.
That's that small, local, family feel business mentality. You can't replicate it, right?
We're the Ayers family.
From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care. A framework for living well. Windows to take in the beautiful future. And is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living. Built with the help of angels.
Some good news with traffic right now. East and westbound along the Beltline, all nice and smooth. The interstate through Dane County looks good. And a close look quickly at downtown Madison. No major hiccups for us this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. It's time to introduce you to our pet of the week. This week's featured pet is Pikachu. This 2-year-old boxer mix was transferred to the Dane County Humane Society from an overcrowded shelter in Alabama. At first, Pikachu may seem nervous meeting new people, but once he gives you a sniff, he becomes very wiggly with happiness. He loves attention and cuddles. Pikachu also is very playful. He's not sure about sharing, so it may be best for him to be the only dog in the home, or introductions must be extremely slow. Interested in meeting Pikachu? We'll ask for him at the adoption center because he's in a quieter part of the shelter.
Join Dane County Humane Society as they top off their centennial celebration at Toto's Gala. It's scheduled this year for Friday, March 11th. You can celebrate in person at Monona Terrace or celebrate virtually and enjoy animal stories and a dinner in a box from the comforts of your very own home. No matter how you choose to mark the occasion with DCHS, you'll be helping thousands of animals discover there's no place like home. You can make your reservation today at giveshelter.org. The pet we featured 2 weeks ago, Esther the cat, Oh, we're sorry to say she is still available for adoption.
She is beautiful. Look at those eyes. Well, if you're interested in adopting Pikachu or checking out the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. Well, bad weather across the nation kept many people away from movie theaters this weekend.
That, and there were no new releases. Here's our film critic, Will Loper.
Hey, Mark and Susan. Not only did we have no new wide releases this weekend, but we had the same top 7 in the box office as last weekend, which is a very rare occurrence indeed. It did happen last year, unsurprisingly, when Wonder Woman 1984 was top at the box office. The last time before that was in 2010 when Avatar was still reigning supreme. But this late in the month of January, we have to go back as far as 1983 to find another pair of weeks with the same set of movies, when such films as Sophie's Choice, 48 Hours, and Tootsie were leading the box office.
I'd like to make her look a little more attractive. How far can you pull back?
How do you feel about Cleveland?
Those of us who did not venture into theaters could stream at home a number of new titles, including Takeout with Lisa Ling, streaming on HBO Max.
So many Asian American stories began in a family-run restaurant.
These are the little things that help you connect with your culture and share it.
Journalist Lisa Ling travels the U.S. to explore how Asian cuisine has shaped and influenced what Americans eat.
This is now what American is. It's a little bit of everything.
It's about being able to share all the things that we eat and to normalize how great our culture is.
Streaming Tuesday on Hulu is the first 3 episodes of Pam and Tommy.
Did you know anything at all about Mr. Lee before you met him?
I knew he was the drummer for Motley Crue.
Did you find him attractive?
I liked his smile. I still do.
Lily James and Sebastian Stan portray Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee and their tumultuous relationship. On Netflix is the 2nd season of Raising Dion.
Time to clean up the neighborhood.
Your job is to go to school and be a good kid, not fight crime.
I'm a superhero.
One step at a time. That's why you're getting training at Bayona, so you can learn how to control your powers.
A young mother must hide her son and his superpowers from those who would exploit him.
Every powered person is at risk as long as that thing is out there.
If you're into true crime, check out The Tinder Swindler on Netflix Wednesday.
He needs our cash.
$20,000, $30,000,
$140,000.
His life depended on me. That's when police tell me the man I loved was never real. Everything's a lie.
3 women tell their story of how they were conned by a man pretending to be a billionaire on the dating app.
But we needed to get payback.
We don't know how far this conspiracy actually goes.
And for a lighter touch, stream Murderville, new on Netflix Thursday.
You ready to solve a crime?
Ready.
Scream it!
I'm ready to solve a crime.
Let's go! Forget how strong I am.
Will Arnett plays Detective Terry Seattle, who's joined by a celebrity guest every episode to work through a mystery in the completely improvised series.
No, it's fine.
What's your name?
Todd Carring.
Name is Todd Carrington Berg. Carrington Berg.
Son.
I'm sorry. Todd Carrington Bergson.
Field.
And Field.
We're live at 4. I'm Will Loper.
You're supposed to gasp. Weird gasp.
That looks hilarious.
It does look hilarious.
Have to check that out. All right, well, thank you. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Is price inflation costing you way more now for food, shelter, and basic expenses? Is paying credit cards and high debt now getting harder? I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. Call Geraci Law to see about Chapter 7 or 13 to eliminate or consolidate as low as $275 a month. on your phone, from your home, or old school in person. 0 down to start. Hit the debt-free button. Click or call now.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? It's not nearly as complicated as you think. Let me show you what I mean. First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Second, how about those decades you'll be in debt? We reduce that down to as little as 24 to 36 months, giving you up to 20 debt-free years back. Lastly, how about the endless hours of stress and anxiety from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. It's easy to get started. Call now to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. The information is free and there's no risk to call. 1-800-949-3849. Call Credit Associates now to start living better, debt-free. 1-800-949-3849.
It's been 2 years since the first confirmed COVID case in Wisconsin. Tonight at 5, we speak to medical leaders to see how they think we've done battling this deadly disease and what we can expect moving forward. That's coming up tonight at 5.
She swam to fight cancer.
With the statistics, it's amazing that I'm still here.
Now 4 new swimmers join her fight. Susan Simon takes you inside a groundbreaking UW study.
It's going to be very promising.
Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
We are watching a large winter storm that's not going to impact Wisconsin, trending to the south. In fact, we're looking at a warmer trend for us, at least for Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, that moment when we see a patient smile is everything to us. So whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we're here to help you. Go ahead and smile.
Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Mean Green Mowers. Commercial grade. Riders. Stand-ons. All-day battery power. All morning. All afternoon. Until the job is done. Mean Green. Commercial grade. All-day battery power. Visit your local Mean Green dealer.
Well, in today's Final Touch, you've probably heard that if it rains on your wedding day, it's actually a sign of good luck.
But what about a blizzard? Love was in the air in Rhode Island, and so was a massive blizzard. Now, most couples would have pushed their wedding plans and headed for the sweatpants and Snuggies. Newlyweds Adam and Sally Irujo thought it was a nice day for a white wedding. Flanked by freezing friends and family, the couple took to the icy steps of the Providence Public Library and tied the knot in the middle of the storm. The couple said they were psyched and little snow couldn't help them.
It just makes the day more memorable.
That's right, they'll have a story to tell.
Yeah.
Remember the day we got married? White wedding. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.